Hello, I'm Brendan Healy. I'm the Artistic Director here at Buddies in Bad Times, and I'm really thrilled to have Allyson McMackon here with me. She's the Artistic Director of Theatre Rustica, and the director, the creator of Dinner at 7:30, which is on stage right now. Well, speak to me a bit about Theatre Rusticle and your mandate and sort of your interests as a theatre creator.
Well, Theatre Rustica was established to create original work inspired by plays, poems, historical events, basically using source material. A dominant way that I was trained was in Grotowski-based source work, you know, and making your own work from something. So that's the launching point for the company. The mandate's kind of grown to include looking at music. So I work with dancers and actors and classical musicians and designers. We don't work with playwrights, you know, per se. It's generated by the company, and so it's theatrical. You know, the narrative engine is always a theater-based storytelling that does include dance and music and all of the above. And I'm just sort of hesitating on it because I've been talking to so many people about this movement text debate. I didn't realize it was such a heady debate, but it actually is. And it just I'll just be honest, it drives me nuts because this speaks and feels and writes and moves in abstract and really pedestrian ways. So Rusticle is about including all of that. You know, it's using the body as the starting point. I didn't know when I was a young person if I was going to go into theater or if I was going to try to be an academic, if I was going to be some kind of a writer or something like that. Wolf has always been a big person, a big literary figure for me. So sort of those modernists, you know, Wolf, James Joyce, those guys that are doing really experimental things in literature. So that's just been sitting around for all this time since I was a teenager and then as a university student. I had a job working at Harbourfront Centre doing administration for 4 years, and I would go south to work every day coming through Union Station as everybody's coming at me, going like that. And I thought, this is insane, these people who are all gray, all these kind of funny bodies, and I found myself making really hardcore judgments on who they were. And then imagining, well, what's inside of them? And as I would do this every day, I started thinking about the waves and thinking, well, why don't I do something with this? Theatre Rustica was sort of just starting. So the first kick at it was a fringe show called Now the Day is Over, which had 4 characters in it, the 3 women and 1 man. We found that it was something. The show did really well, and so then I did another version of it that brought in the other 2 characters. So we had a cast of 6. We did that in 2001 at the old Dance Makers space. And it kind of just evolved from there. You know, it was sort of an examination of people's inner worlds at the time, and now it's moved into an investigation of inner worlds and relationships and identifications of self, and also just playing with bigger theatrical form because we can now.
And what are some of the things that you think the audience can expect from the show? Things that
well, I think they can expect a visual feast. Michelle Ramsey and Lindsay M. Black and Kelly Clipperton have offered an incredible, luscious world for people to fall into, and it's always changing. I think they can expect, without sounding corny, to laugh and to cry simultaneously. We've had audience members just from the preview and last night talk about feeling like their face feels weird while they're watching the show because they're not sure if they are going to be laughing or crying at any moment. My hope is that they are triggered into a world of their own memory and their own intellectual landscape and inner landscapes and all of the above at once. I'm hoping that it has that kind of a meditative effect on one hand, or just an imaginative effect on one hand. They're going to have to do some work, but it's a good kind of work. I hope.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, yeah. It's really thrilling to have Theatre Rusticle here in the building, and I invite you all to come see the show. It runs until Sunday, October 20th. At 2 p.m. is the last show. So please come and join us. Thank you. Thanks, Allyson.